£1,000 Swedish krona prize, the place in the Nordic Championship. But Solid and Bernsey are going to be going up against ex-teammates, and that's the biggest rivalry you can get. If you get dropped by a team, you want to show them, you want to say to them, you made a mistake dropping me. So I'd love to see them advance.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you very much for talking to me here. I'm actually going to hand it over to you now, and you guys can take it away with the game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go in the Monster Energy Dreamhack Studios. It's the Swedish Championship now. Two brand new teams about to face off here in the semi-finals to try and solidify their place in the grand final, where they will go up against Orbit. It's going to be really, really close, Momo.
It is, yeah, and obviously we've got two great teams coming out of their pool play, and I've got to say, Barage looking strong. They have dropped a few maps, as well as, I mean, Taylor, the team captain from his team, he's just something that I've got to say. I mean, Curry from his team, obviously team captain, still confident, bit of nerves, but, you know, we've got a game on our hands, and I think you are going to be wrong here. I don't think that's going to be a 3-0.
Well, I'm wrong about most things, and you seem to be pretty spot on, even down to the map. So if you get this right, you pretty much can call the grand final whichever way you want, Momo.
I won't ruin it for you guys, I promise.
Don't spoil it for everyone. We want to see how it plays out. So here we go. Detroit Hardpoint is going to be the first map, the first game mode. The team's got to get hyped up now. This is, of course, single elimination right down to the end from here. There is no safety cushion for either team. If they lose this series, they're going to go out and finish in a top 4 position in the Swedish Championship. Very, very exciting to actually watch this. And you can see there, Corey, you were saying a little bit nervous going into this, and you would be.
Yeah, I mean, he was saying there he's never been in this position before.
No.
You know, and playing on a stage like this, in a studio like this, in front of so many people, you've got to feel the nerves. And I think that's only normal. So I'm sure in the game, it kind of clears. You just get into your game, play like you are at home. We're going to jump on board straight away, get into this game, kicking off straight away on Detroit Hardpoint. Let's get into this rail. I'm excited. And you see here Taylor straight away making that school push.
All right, well, the first hard point we saw between the previous two teams extremely close down to the final 2 hard points. It's going to be great if we can see that again here. Starting off with Taylor now. Interesting sweep around, went straight for Garage, did manage to find 1 kill, but Solid shuts him down.
Absolutely. I mean, all the points going in favor of Barage here. It looks like Bernsey kicking off with 3 kills himself, and Reet there trying to answer back. Bernsey adding to his kills. He's on 4-0 right now. He's doing some work for his team with this battle.
And that is exactly why we are staying with Bernsey. Quite interesting to see this right from the off. Bernsey doing what we saw from Anti from Orbit here and racking up a lot of kills around the central hardpoint. Still on fire, not gone down just yet. Trying to find that 6th kill, but it is going to be denied as we do see Barage take the lead.
Absolutely. What a start, though. 5 kills to his name, just slaying power. 26-3. However, the guy, I mean, you've got to hand it to Barbarena. They're not giving up here. I mean, it's something very early on. To go 30 points down is obviously not a great thing, but you can see them calm, composed, trying to do the rotation on your mini-map. Probably going to get the better spawn here. Quicker does fall, and it looks like Solid's trying to answer back with a kill himself.
Well, this is exactly it. The second Quicker went down, Solid was right there to follow up. So they've got this nice flow of players pushing into the hardpoint area, and Solid's actually found himself just about outside it. He's doing some supportive work now. Is Kappa that in-game leader, the vocal player, who's really going to bring this to the table now as he does get shut down in the hardpoint?
Yeah, that was a great kill from Reet there, but Solid answering back with a couple. Taylor and Curry combining as a duo there. That was great play from them. Taylor just gets shut down, and this is coming into 30 seconds left on the half point. Is in favor of Barbarena at the moment. Quicker trying to answer back, getting the kill for himself. Looks like he's going to break this himself. SM1 in hand. Quicker showing his true talent right now.
Yeah, you could just see the pre-fire there. He knows exactly where the enemy is going to be approaching from. Still finds himself in the hard point. Big 3-piece there from Quicker. Huge play, and still on that hard point, just holding it above his shoulders for his team. And it just seems like Barbarena can't do anything to stop Quicker.
Absolutely. 10-5, 5 kill streak. Let's stay on board with Quicker. I mean, he's got to rotate, he's got to go around, but he's going to come up against the opposition here, and he's in a great position to flank. He's on a 5 kill streak, and I don't think he's wanting to end this anytime soon. He's going to combine into a 1 versus 1 here, has his teammates back up, and I mean, the rotation that he's put through there is very good, but wow, Victor with a double headshot himself.
Yeah, and Victor now trying to assist on this Garage hardpoint. Barbarena do actually have a great surround. It's just going to expand the minimap very briefly so you can see what's going on, and you can see how, you know, Barrage, they're almost trying to go for a pincer attack, it would seem.
Yeah, a read there, just slowing things down. I like the way he's getting a kill and moving around. He's not staying still, but he's getting all the points at the moment with only 25 seconds. A read with another kill for his team. He's currently 8 and 10, and we're on board with Burnsy, ex-Orbit player. You can see there, 11 and 8, answering back in great fashion. Only 10 seconds. I'm interested to see how the rotation comes in for Burnsy with another double kill.
And Burnsy should be finding the third here. He isn't gonna make that great play there from Curry to actually get that kill. He was caught out of position somewhat. Solid's gonna clean up those final few points as we do switch over now into yellow, and it is gonna be Barbarena who get the best rotation, but look at that kill feed, Momo.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to say it's going one way a little bit. However, you know, Quicker's doing a great job, Solid combining there with him. Reed and Curryman are actually holding their own there, currently just breaking double figures for the kills. We are, you know, about 3 minutes 30 into the game, and there's points going about 55 in favor of the guys on Barrage.
Yep, and it's Quicker who's just sat in that hard point all by himself. Gonna be no problem for him though, quite comfortably picking up kill after kill. The hot 4 streak now. He's decided to push out, just checking his surroundings before venturing back in there. And I've got to say, Momo, that point difference extremely huge.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the main man Quicker also burns.
Oh, Solid.
15 and 11, but Solid with a 3-piece. Kappa just, you know, saying, so Solid, you know, give me some kills myself. Taking down his teammate. Not to worry though, extending the lead, going into the last half point of the rotation here, which will be in school, and it looks like that's going to go in favor of Barbarena. Yeah. Curryman can take it Solid down. Yes, he does.
Barbarena seems to be better on the rotations. I've got to say, they're finding themselves there first, but it just doesn't seem to last all that long. And it's only because we are seeing Barrage cleaning up the scrap points on the previous hard point. They've just left men to throw at it, but eventually Barbarena can't seem to hold it. They just get overrun.
Yeah, I've got to say, one thing that I'd love to see is Barbarena at the moment is, yes, they're getting 3 people on the hard point. They need to get that hard point, push out a little bit, start thinking about the spawns, and that's where I think Barrage are capitalizing, because Quicker, the knowledge that he's bringing over, obviously from his previous, you know, he's currently with Infused, the knowledge he's bringing over, he's obviously helping Barrage greatly.
Yeah, and it's like I said during those interviews, Momo, Quicker, we know how much he plays this game.
Yeah.
Like, my goodness, he plays. He, you know, he'll wake up in the morning, he'll be straight on it practicing, and he wants to make it all worthwhile. He's faced a long journey here, and he doesn't want it to be for a waste, as we do see Barbarena just about overrun Barrage as he got some points himself. And one thing I want to point out, in the previous semi-final, we saw an 11-point difference at the 5-minute mark. Look how much bigger this difference is.
Yeah, I know, but obviously that was very, very narrowly, obviously shortened towards the end. However, this is looking so dominant from Barrage. You know, as I said before, Solid was, you know, playing out of his mind in the previous games. It was a cap to the flag, but 20-17, already got 20 kills on the board, potentially on for a 40 bomb right now. But the guys from Barbarena are actually, you know, they need to change something. They need to step it up, and they need to do it now.
Oh, Kappa there, big melee kill, finds himself in the Atlas Cube, trying his best to stay alive, but there's just too many entrances for him to defend all by himself. You've got to be reliant on your teammates here, unless you are Taylor, just shutting down the whole entire team. Barrage can't seem to do anything. Taylor's still alive, picking up kill after kill. This is huge play.
Yeah, the great thing about Taylor there, he's not only getting kill after kill after kill, but he's getting the points on the board for his team, narrowing this down.
Taylor.
He was about 100 points, you know, between these teams, and
Taylor.
now we are on for a 50-point game. Taylor is currently on a 7-kill streak, gets taken down by Solid. You know, Solid, that was it was an important kill to make, because only the rotations been put in, but that's just confidence. 50-point game.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor, the way he just kept popping out and picking up the kills was fantastic. When you are all alone in the Atlas Cube, it's so hard to hold it all by yourself. Probably one of the most difficult hard points, because there's so many entrances. You're very vulnerable in there, and that's one of the best plays I've seen so far this tournament for that particular hard point. But there's still a lot of work to do for Barbarena if they want to pull this back, and Barrage is extending that lead now.
Absolutely. Quicker just extending the lead. 65 points with only 3 minutes 30 left on the ball, and we've got Quicker with a double kill. That was fantastic from Quicker. Can he make it 3? Yes, he does. Doesn't make it 4. Solid picks up the 4th player. You know, Quicker really coming into his own. 5-kill streak, still getting points on the board. Basically doing what Taylor's just done on the other hard point.
I mean, we just missed it, but Solid with a 3-piece of his own, following it up with another kill. That kill feed so far has just been Solid. The last 5 kills have gone to him. Misses the melee.
Was on his teammate. It wasn't his teammate.
It's a very good job he missed it. So he's going to continue his 5 streak now. Quicker on a 6 of his own, and they, you know, Barrage collectively are just overrunning Barbarena here. I mean, we saw some glimmers of hope from Taylor in that central hardpoint, but the remaining hardpoints have been all Barrage.
Yeah, I mean, we went from 100 point to a 50-game point. Now we're back to a 100-point game. How dominant have Barrage been in this last, you know, minute, 2 minutes? You can see Solid extending his kill streak. 7, and Quicker still on that 7 kill. You've got to jump on board with Quicker. Currently on a 7-kill streak. He's not thinking about dying anytime soon, with only 50 points left to go, getting every point on the board. Squisher is playing great here.
Yep, and there again, another kill, and he's just laying prone. Doesn't want to keep himself too exposed. That is a huge difference in points.
Quicker.
Currently on a 9 streak. Can he make it 10? No, he cannot. 9 streak was actually the best we've seen so far from the semi-finals. Quicker's just matched that there.
Yeah, absolutely. Quicker, you know, he's really putting his stamp on this game, but not to be overrun. Solid, a great Slayer from the team here. And, you know, the points are just going in favor of Barrage, and it's only 2 minutes left to go, and it's a 100-point game, Rel.
Yeah, but still certainly possible for Barbarena to pull this back. I'm just staying on board with 2 of the members that are actually in the hardpoint area. Curryman is most likely going to go for the rotation now because he knows they cannot give any more points up.
Absolutely, but you can see the rotation's already gone in. It's going to go in favor of Barrage. You know, looking at the kill feed, it's just, you know, Kappa, Burnsy, kill after kill. You know, all collectively got to kill each. Orbit, Burnsy himself trying to extend that, and he does. That ball in hand is doing work for his team. Look at the stuns going down. He's still going. Victor takes him down, but it's just not going to be enough.
Well, Quicker, the only member on the hardpoint now for Barrage. Seems like that's all necessary as Quicker is starting to build up a kill streak. Once again, 3. Doesn't make it 4, but is still in that hardpoint, wreaking havoc. And now we see the tactical grenade go out. Still alive. Still points going towards Barrage.
Yeah, Quicker, he's just not stopping at all. Does get taken down. But the thing is, they're trading in such fashion where, yes, they're trading kills, but all the points going in favor of Barrage. I mean, you know, we're coming up to the 250 mark, and it is going to go in favor of Barrage. What a shutout that is. 250 to 127. Gotta say, great play by Solid and also Quicker there, but not, you know, to take any light off, you know, Burnsy, 32 and 25 himself, and Kappa, 10 captures.
That really was a team effort. I mean, the previous hardpoint we saw when Orbit went up against their opponents, of course, being Granadas, we saw Anti single-handedly racking up all the kills by himself there, but that was more team-based, you know, very even performances from each of the individual Barrage players, but the bigger victory, really convincing hardpoint game. And, you know, I mentioned this before when we were looking at the Search and Destroy gameplay of Granadas, who are now, of course, out eliminated from the tournament, but the Barrage have sent out a message there for hardpoint. Yeah,
and I mean, one thing I'd be saying is Orbit in the audience here, you know, looking on this, are they a little bit scared by that? I would be, if you can see, you know, players like Solid, Quicker, Kappa and Burnsy combining to make such a dominant hardpoint. However, this series is not over. No. You know, Search and Destroy, completely different game type. I did say that, you know, Barrage may take this, but I'm a little bit worried about my prediction, Rel, because that was very, very convincing from Barrage. Well, you've not been wrong so far. Every map you've predicted right. So we're going to see how things do pan out. Just to recap what we saw, though, in that hardpoint just then, the final scoreline was 250 to 127. At the 5-minute mark, though, Momo, 141 to 67. So this wasn't a late game explosion like what we saw from Orbit. This was consistently playing well throughout. And I think that is more important. You know, Orbit have this ability to clutch up, but Barrage play better throughout a 10-minute game. Yeah, so definitely. I mean, we did see one point where Taylor was going off in that Atlas building. I mean, that was quite special. I think it was like 7 or 8 kill streaks, something like that. But it was just that split second. And if he can, you know, implement that into his Search and Destroy gameplay, or obviously the future maps that we're coming up against, maybe he can take a map, maybe he can take the series. We're going to have to find out. Search and Destroy Terrace is the second game. I'm excited to jump on board with this, Rel. Yeah, Search. I think it's going to be Riot. We're going to play through the same map pool. So Search and Destroy Riot. Of course, Riot. Search and Destroy Riot. But yeah, you know, we've seen one Search and Destroy so far on the stream in the semi-final, which ended 6-1. Huge plays from Granadas to actually take that. Do you think this is going to be as one-sided? I know Quicker, and I know he's a very good Search and Destroy player. Okay. I think he's going to almost bring a new gameplay to Barrage. He may have been communicating how he plays, so I'd like to think that they will take it, but I've got to be honest, I've not seen this Barbarena play Search and Destroy too much. Okay. So they could come out, they could surprise us as much as Granadas did in the previous semi-final, but we're going to have to just jump on board and see what's going on. Well, we will be seeing that game very shortly. I want to talk about Victor a bit more because he's the new addition to this Barbarena squad. And I was saying before how when you are a new member and you're new to this kind of environment in terms of competing, it's going to go one of two ways. You're either going to crumble under the pressure or you're going to excel and really perform. You're going to build up the hype alongside your teammates. Which way are we going to think this? Because I feel almost that Search and Destroy is more pressure. Of all the game modes, that's the one where you know. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's where the nerves can kick in. Yeah. And we saw obviously Curry saying that, you know, he's a little bit nervous about this. We're going to go to a quick commercial break just before we go into this Search and Destroy, and we will be right back with you in just a moment.
Peggy 18.
LZ's up ahead. Get ready to clear out. Keep moving. Over here. Come on. Move it. Let's go. Are you bitten? Soldier, look at me. Are you bitten? What happened down there? You're okay. You're safe now, son. There's not many of us left. Jesus. You seeing this?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Monster Energy Dreamhack Studios here. You are joining myself, Rel, and Momo in the Swedish Championship. This is the second semi-final game that we are seeing Barage going head-to-head with Barbarena. A great first game from Barage there, very convincing victory. They played consistent throughout, and they're looking quite good to take this series, Momo.
Yeah, you've got to say, and you can see them on the screens there, just having a bit of a team talk before this search and destroy. And I think it's going to be maybe a different, bit of gameplay style going into this Riot search and destroy. I'm hoping we see those, explosive rushes towards A. But one thing I do want to see is I want to see Barbarena forget about the map that's just happened, go into this search and destroy as a new map, and, if they win this, it's back to a best of 3.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. It's what we saw in the Orbit game. We saw that big bounce back on the search and destroy, and we say this time and time again, search and destroy probably the most important of all the game modes. It makes up 2 of the 5 best of 5 maps. So if there's one game mode that you want to be good at, it's search and destroy. You only have to therefore win one of the other objective based ones. So we'll see how both teams perform, and prediction wise, I've said it's going to be the 3-0 sweep. Did you feel this was the map?
I think this is the map Barage will definitely win. I think they will go 2-0 up for sure. Kappa is a search and destroy player. Quicker is awesome at search and destroy. And if Solid and Burnsy continue them, the momentum that they've got into this game, I see it only going one way. But if there's a map that Barbarena can really take, if they can take this, wow, I mean, that'd be a real turn up for the Bucks. But we're only gonna have to jump on board and see what's going on there. As you can see, the boys very, very, very calm going into this search and destroy. Completely different game mode than Hardpoint. You've got to be a bit slow, got to be a bit, calmer.
You see, and I agree with you completely, but you do see these huge pushes to begin with, and more than any other map on Riot Search and Destroy. As we can see here now from Barbarena, it's just this mad, crazy push towards A. You've got to get there as fast as you can. The bomb carrier is going to be Ari, and are we going to see an early plant?
You can see that Kappa answering for the first blood. Kappa, great search and destroy player, and I think he'll say that himself purely because that's his speciality. However, Arik getting the bomb down. Bomb is being planted. He's going to take a bit of damage from the explosive grenade, trying to dodge out of there. 4 versus 3 in favor of Barage. Arik trying to go for the wall bang. That's a bit ambitious here. He's going to see 2 players take out 1. 1 versus 3.
Oh, and he's managed to find the second. It's 1 versus 2 now.
This was a 1 versus 4, just to bear in mind. If Arik can pull this off, this could be such good momentum for his team.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he's still alive, and he is going to get shut down. Quicker and Kappa going to be able to clean that up. I mean, we're talking about Kappa, this in-game vocal leader, really calls the shots and makes those big plays. The potential for a 1v4 there may have shaken Barage up somewhat, but they just pulled together. You could see them before this game actually started, very calm, cool, and collected. And I've got to say, the most confident of the 4 teams that went into these semi-finals.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Barage, looking very strong there. And I got to, like you said, search and destroy, but quicker, picking up another 2 kills, really showing his dominance coming over here in the Sweden Championship. Let's jump on board with Quicker, see what he's doing here. Looks like he's using the bow. Gonna switch over here, gonna spot one long distance. That's a tough shot to make. Puts a few bullets into them, and he's gonna call out there, but with the frags in hand. He's gonna throw them out, and the bomb is actually being planted.
Yeah, so Kappa making that move. Very objective-based. The plan has gone down now. Kappa managed to stay alive as well and pick up a kill. Great work from Barage here. Finally, Kappa the Cat is going to go down, leaving Quicker to do some defensive work across that mid-alley. Yeah,
honestly, I mean, Quicker, the position he's in right now, I mean, obviously it's a 1 versus 3 for Taylor, but Quicker, he's surely going to pick up this kill. Has been spotted. Taylor's going to go for the quick jump. Does get a few bullets on him, but not good enough to take down Quicker.
There was just no way that Taylor could approach that bomb without taking some fire, and it would have to have been some incredible shots to actually get the better of Quicker there, who did have the cover as well. So for him to pull that off, it was almost near impossible. But again, great play from Barage. They've got that set up. As soon as they get that bomb plan down, immediately they're set up around it.
Yeah, straight away, going into round number 3. Barage looking very strong, very dominant here. In fact, you can see 2 of the players actually not getting a kill as of yet. However, only in round number 3, let's jump on board with Curry, who hasn't got a kill yet, but Semtex in hand does have the extra abilities. Looks like he's going for a bit of a diverse push here, straight through the middle of the map.
Quite unusual, actually. I mean, sometimes you will see one player make this push, but generally, you usually see the large push towards A. It is going to be a B-bomb push, so very, very unusual play for an attacking team.
Yeah, you can see here the flank is going down, and the bomb looks like it's going to be planted. Ari is the bomb carrier, has 2 kills to his name. Looks like Burns, he's got the flank on lockdown. 3 versus 3, the bomb's been planted, and Kappa answering there. You know, Quicker was taken down as the first blood, however, his team have really stepped up here.
Well, Ari even, sorry, just staying alive now. That's all they've got to do, run that time down. 2 versus 2. This could be a really good opportunity now for Barbarena to get back into this search and destroy. They cannot afford to go another round down.
Yeah, Ari's actually in a really good spot here. You can see just creeping back and 2. He's going to check the bomb in just a moment, but the time is ticking. Kappa and Solid need to combine, and they need to pick up a kill. Surely there's gunfight going down. It's all up to Curry, man. 1 versus 2. Can he pull this off? All he needs to do is defend with 10 seconds left to go. If he makes this kill, he should be able to get the defuse. Wow. He's going to do that. 1 versus 2 from Curry. He was up here with an interview saying he was a little bit nervous, not showing it in his gameplay there. Great 1 versus 2 and great composure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I don't want to take anything away from that. That was more of a 1 versus 1, because as soon as
it was an important one.
As soon as he picked up that first kill, he was guaranteed to get the second one, because if he didn't pick up the kill on the second one and the diffuser stopped diffusing, there wouldn't have been enough time to win the round. So it was a 1 versus 1 essentially, but he made that important kill, as you say. So we are going to switch back over now to Barage, and I want to see a bit more of Solid. We saw in that hardpoint game so many 2 pieces being picked up by him. Just seems to have this ability to pick up back-to-back kills.
Absolutely, and you know, he's kind of living up to his name. He's solid in what he does, barrel in hand. I like the way, as I say, he's a bit more defensive. He's not so aggressive on the play, but does get taken down. How on earth has Curry got him from there with an ASM1? That is ridiculous. Curry himself being up with 2 kills does fall down, and it's a 2 versus 2. Taylor makes it a 2 versus 1. Now 1 versus 1. Burnsy versus Victor. Bomb has been planted.
And they've spotted each other. They know exactly where each other are. And look at this, Victor. Very sneaky. And I like that play because it's so unexpected. And admittedly, as a non-professional Call of Duty player myself, I would have probably done the same thing. I'd have thought, there's no way Burns is going to check if I'm going for the plant now, because there's so much time left on the clock. And it's a difficult decision to make, but Burnsy read that play very well. He played it safe. He went to check.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very ambitious, but you've got to be ballsy in these kind of games. Search and destroy, you only get 1 shot to do this. And Victor, not having the best of game modes, Rel. 0-4 right now.
He's not, and I feel like he almost sacrificed himself for that. He could have gone for the kill, but he did just go straight for the plant. We'll stay with Victor, who does get shut down again. Really unfortunate.
Solid with a 3-piece. Does get taken down by a Re. He is not wanting to give him the ace. However, what a position Solid just put his team in, Rel.
Oh, absolutely. 3 big kills on Search and Destroy. If there's any game mode you want to get a 3-piece on, it's Search and Destroy.
That's basically a round winner right there, getting a 3-piece. And I've got to say, Solid looking so good in the hardpoint, looking obviously really good in the Search and Destroy now. If he can carry this on, you may be right in your prediction, Rel.
Well, it would make a change. You know, this event aside, I tend to never predict anything right. Yeah. But yes, all smiles all around there for Barage. You can see the UK flag being sported there. Kappa showing his love to Quicker, coming on that long journey. And, you know, it does play a part, I've got to say, and you know yourself from competing, Momo, when you travel a long way to compete at an event, you are fatigued. You're gonna be tired going into it. And, you know, I'm sure he's had his rest. I'm sure he's ready for the game, but it is an influential factor.
Yeah, I've got to say, I mean, yes, we're giving a lot of praise to Barage, but I do like, obviously, the play from the guys on Barbarena there. I've got to say, Reed looking very, very strong in what he's doing and very calm as well. I don't think these guys are the most experienced, but Quicker taking some damage here. We are into round number 6. Taylor has already been taken down. Looks like Kappa does have the bomb. A lot slower push here, Rel.
Yes, and this is quite familiar actually for Barage. We haven't really seen the huge aggressive pushes that we saw previously from Orbit or Granadas. It seems to be this very slow search and destroy game, and you could even see that from the B-bomb push that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
There's no way you can really rush that B-bomb side.
Yeah, Kappa going for the plant there. Victor picking up his first kill. Really important. Get the confidence on the go. 2 versus 2. Quicker and solid. Very, very good plays here on Barage, but they're coming up against Curryman and Arit. I've got to say, the bomb is looking likely to be planted, and yes, it does. 2 versus 2.
I mean, he went for that bomb plant straight away after making some shots, so he revealed his location. And again, this is the mind games of search and destroy. You've got to just get one over on the team. It's all about predicting what their next move is going to be.
Yeah, you're going to see Solid come up against that player. It looks like Curry's going to get the advantage. Quicker all the way from Scotland. 25 seconds left to go. 1 versus 2. Looks like one player is under it. He's going to make the play, but looks like a 1 versus 1. Quicker, he's so quick at moving and just getting around the map, but so weak at the moment. Only 14 seconds left on the bomb. Arit, I don't think he's got enough time to do this, Rel.
And Quicker there. I've got to say, maybe should have just tucked himself away for an extra second and made sure he stayed alive. You can see them, just a sigh of relief from Quicker as he does manage to pick up that kill, and it puts Barage in such a good position now. They're already 1 map up in this best of 5 series, and the scoreline on this search and destroy is 5-1. They'd have to drop 5 rounds back to back.
Yeah, and I don't think with the experience of Quicker on their team, and obviously communication's going really, really well. I mean, Quicker 8-2 at the moment. Don't mean to kind of take any praise away from Solid, Burns, and Kappa, all combining there 4-4, 6-3, and 5-5, doing work for their squad. Can they finish it here? We saw a 6-1 on the previous game, the Search and Destroy, and
yes.
Will we see a replica now?
Well, that's going to be very interesting if that does happen, because when these, assuming that Barage were to qualify, if they go head-to-head on a Search and Destroy against Orbit, you've got to favour them. Orbit struggled on that Search and Destroy, definitely. So here we go anyway with Curry. And again, a very slow push, and that's been the case for each round of Search and Destroy, really.
Oh, Curry, nice 2-piece there. Looks like Kappa actually found himself in a sticky situation. Solid answering back there. 3 versus 2 in favour. Now only a 2 versus 2. I stopped speaking there. Quicker, looks like he's taking a bit of damage. Just backing off with his teammate. 35 seconds left on the clock here, and it looks like the bomb is going to be planted.
Yeah, they're going towards B again, and it's just so unusual, and I can't really stress this point enough. The A-bomb site is far easier to get, but when you get so late on in the Search and Destroy, almost the metagame of this Search and Destroy, you do see these unusual tactics being used because you've got to use the element of surprise to your favour.
Absolutely. Bomb has been planted, but the interesting thing here, looking at the minimap, no one's kind of made any reckless plays. There's only 30 seconds left to go. Taylor has spotted one, does reveal his location. His teammate is going to be under fire, and it looks like Arit may get taken down from behind.
And he has gone down. It's down to Taylor now, and he's going to get shut down, and it's going to be a very, very comfortable 6-1 victory on that Search and Destroy for Barage. Individually playing very well, but Quicker there, 9-2. Great game from him.
I've got to say, Curry said he was a bit nervous before the game, but 10 kills on a Search and Destroy, you can't take it away from him, really putting some big numbers up there, but to put 10 kills on the board and only get 1 round, something's not going right there.
Yeah, and he's going to be very frustrated with that. Yeah. If you're performing very well as an individual and your team's still losing, it's going to be so frustrating. I mean, he's got 10 kills. The rest of his teammates combined only got 6.
Yeah.
And that really is a testament to how well he did.
Absolutely. I mean, not kind of looking at stats too much, but Quicker than you with a 4.5 kill death ratio on Search and Destroy. Yeah. Experience showing through a little bit. Now, I had the guys from Barbarena to take this next map, and I'm going to stick with that. Maybe they'll turn up, but they need to, because it is do or die here right now for them. If they do lose this, it's a 3-0 sweep. They don't want to be going home in that fashion. They've made it all the way here. Again, another team qualifying from the open bracket.
Yeah, and this is it. And this is a point we're actually discussing before. There was only one team from the invites that actually have made it through to the semi-finals, that being Orbit, Epiphany, Cyber Sickness, and Visitors. Visitors, by the way, who were apparently the second best team in attendance here, getting knocked out in the pool play, which meant that Granadas, Barbarena, and Barage have all qualified to get this far. So we've seen Granadas drop, leaving 3 teams left in this tournament. And still all to play for. I've got to say, I'm going to stick with my 3-0 prediction.
You might be right, Ralph.
Purely out of stubbornness more than anything else, Momo. I refuse to change my mind on this, so I'm going to stick with that. We're going to go on to the uplink on comeback and see what happens. But before we do, we're going to go to a very quick break, guys. Do not go anywhere because we have some great Call of Duty gameplay coming right up.
Communication is the biggest thing, especially in advanced warfare. The game is so fast-paced. Let's go. We're dunking. We're going for dunk. Planting bomb.
Push him. Let's go.
You kind of have to block everything else out and really just focus on your team. You think you're so cool, don't you? Let's go with
I'm bringing the hype. Just watch it. Watch how hype I'm about to get.
How hype?
We're making the comeback. Watch how hype I'm about to get, boy.
Pre-stunning school. Let's go.
I'm out the gate.
Intercepted by DJ Allen.
You need to live, breathe, sleep Call of Duty. You need to put in a lot of time to it.
OT for Optic Gaming. Now, see if they can score this flag in 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
That's why we've been doing what we've been doing. We've been practicing hard, so I'm glad we can finally do this for you. I'm glad we can win in front of him. Dad side, let's go.
Optic Gaming are your UMG champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Monster Energy Dreamhack Studios here. The Swedish Championship underway, the second semi-final that we've been seeing so far. Some great games, some great Call of Duty action, Momo. And, I mean, just run us through what's happened so far in this Best of 5 series.
Yeah, to be honest, we've been very, very dominant in favor of Barage. I mean, 2-0 currently for those. The Search and Destroy 6-1. The hardpoint, it was, you know, in great fashion, about 100 points either way. But Barage looking very, very strong. And if I was Orbit backstage watching this, I'd be a little bit worried.
Yeah, I've got to say, from all the teams we've seen so far today, Barage are looking the strongest. I mean, we saw Orbit drop a Search and Destroy 6-1. We've just seen Barage win a Search and Destroy 6-1 off the back of a very convincing hardpoint win as well. And I've got to agree with you. Orbit going into this tournament, I would say, is the favourites, but Barage are looking the stronger team for me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've not faced up against each other. Maybe the teams that they're playing are a little bit different in skill level. However, Barage looking very strong to progress. However, it's not over yet. If you are on Barbarena's team right now, you need to win 3 maps back to back. If they don't, they're going home. You know, if they've come a long, long way through open bracket pool play, you know, potentially to say, you know, they're a top 4 team in Sweden right now. So nothing to be taken away from there. You can see Curry having a great Search and Destroy, dropping 10 kills, not enough to you know, secure the victory for his team. But again, confidence going into this next game.
But it's going to be so frustrating, right? 10 kills in a search and destroy and to lose 6-1, only to get 1 round after all those kills. You know, I would normally say that he's probably had words with his team, but I don't think he's that kind of guy.
No, I mean, obviously a bit inexperienced at this kind of venue or event and these LAN arenas, where obviously the experience on the side of Barage is there. So, kicking it off here, uplink comeback. We've seen this game before. EMPs are going out here from Burnsy. Already a kill on the board, and Quicker adding to that, looking very, very strong. Curryman straight away. 10 kills in Search and Destroy, 2 kills himself. Does take the uplink, and he does get shut down there by Quicker.
Oh yeah, he was so close to just vaulting over that fence, and he could have got a throw off, but unfortunately got a little bit tripped up on himself. Quicker though, taking damage from that EMP, preventing his exo ability, and surprise, surprise, it's Solid doing some big slaying work. 3 kills, assisting that capture with everything he's got, and a very positive start here from Barage.
Absolutely. Just going to point this out in the mini-map in the top left-hand corner. You can see Barage dominating the spawns. However, the drone has been taken. Curryman is going to be all alone. Burnsy does take him down. You know, I've got Barage nearly overextended a little bit too much, but Burnsy saved the day. Quicker, 4-0. Solid, 4-0 now, 5-0. This is going only one way. Barage looking very strong.
Solid's really impressed me, you know. He stood out so much. I mentioned in that hard point the important 2 pieces he was picking up time and time again and opening up really strong here on this uplink as well. And he's just kind of wreaking havoc here in the enemy spawn, causing so many issues for them and preventing them from pushing out. It was actually Arit that's managed to get a throw off despite not picking up a kill yet.
Yeah, I've got to say the drone is going to go in favor now of Quicker. He's 6-1 at the moment. He's got to reset that, but good push from the guys from Barbarena. Quicker just trying to get his bearings. He looks like he's tried to throw the drone out of play, and it's not happened for him. Second time lucky, does get that, and he's going to be trying to answer back with a couple of kills himself, and 1 goes down.
Yeah, really positive play here from Barage. Still with Quick now, 7 kills, only 1 death. Still alive, taking exo damage as it does reboot. He is going to get shut down there in glass, and now is the turn of Solid to try and do something, and the tables just seem to have turned as Burns is left all on his own to do some defending work.
Yeah, and Burnsy doing exactly that, killing 1 and taking out Taylor. However, it looks like the drone's going through mid-map. Arit going to go for the throw. He's going to make that 1-point play. That is what they needed. Arit putting it on the board. However, he's got more, you know, more caps than he has kills. 0-7. He really needs to step up in the slaying department.
Yeah, how crazy is that? Not a single kill, but a capture to his name, and we're almost halfway through the first half of this uplink as well, so he's got to be careful. Still 0-8, but only 1 point difference between these teams. Let's see what Barage are going to do about it.
I've got to say, I think Arit needs to just slow his gameplay down a little bit. I think he's very objective-based, which is great, but he needs to just step up in the slaying and slow down the OBJ quicker. Trying to extend the lead. What an audacious throw. He's not going to get that, but he's going to be in the play for his team.
I love that play.
Yeah, absolutely. Great dunk, and he's going to pick up the kill himself. Quicker is 11-3 now. This is phenomenal play from him.
You know, that wasn't a pass, but it was just a throw into the vicinity of the uplink center because he knew that I was playing nearby, and knew he could get a 2-point carry capture out of it if they work collectively as a team. So the communication barrier or the language barrier obviously not causing a problem to the in-game communications.
Absolutely. Burns is going off right now. I mean, yes, the slaying department is in the side of Barage, but with only 2 minutes left on this round, you know, it's 3-4. It's a very, very even game.
Corey did actually manage to get the 2-point capture there to bring themselves back into it. Only 1 point separating them, and that uplink drone hasn't yet been picked up by any of these players. Still in its original deployment position. Kappa trying to cause some problems here and keep them out of the home base to open up the channels.
Kappa.
Big kill, but he does get shut down.
Yes, he does. Solid going for the throw. I don't think that's going to go in, but he's in a very, very dangerous position. He's going for a pass himself, and Taylor, you know, the X factor, if you like, for this team, is doing great work. 10-9 at the moment, but it is still 4-3, and the drone is still in play. But Kappa is going off right now as well. Burnsy backing up, getting a few kills himself.
Oh, and Kappa's just been the most annoying player ever to play against there. He's still in that spawn, and every time we're seeing Barbarena spawn up, he's just killing them straight off. They have no idea that he's lurking about, still wreaking havoc there on the 3-kill streak.
It could go in favor, though, of Curry, because he's going on a bit of a counter-attack. Stun's going out. I think he's going to go for the 2-point play here.
He wants it. He's hungry for it, but he does get shut down. Maybe a little bit greedy. And it is going to mean that uplink drone does go in the hands of Barage.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him go for the 1-point play and tie this game up. It would have been, I think, a bit smarter play, but he was very ambitious going for that too. He wanted to take the lead going into round number 2. Burnsy sees his team go down. Very wise play. All 3 teammates went down there, throws the drone out of play. That's going to be a reset and giving that team a little bit more time.
Okay, so it is now Taylor on your screen here. And Taylor, really enjoyed watching some of his gameplay earlier on in this series. I want to see what he's going to bring to the table now. Only 1 point separating both of these teams still. Taylor, 13 kills and 10 deaths, just staying alive. That uplink drone just doesn't seem to be moving much, but here we go. Burnsy's picked it up. He's thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a bit hype over nothing, but only 10 seconds left to go. I would have liked to see him go for the point, but he went for the safe option. I think, and I'm going to... We saw the previous comeback uplink where the first side was very, very even.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I think on this next side, Barage are just going to step it up. They're going to take that little bit more confident. They're going to keep the slaying power, which they have, quicker on 17 kills. Burnsy, Kappa, Unsolid, all doing great work. But again, you know, Curry was doing so well in Search and Destroy. 19 and 14 in this uplink. His team needs to step it up.
Yeah, and it's a great shame because as an individual player, we can really see Curry bringing it to the table here. But collectively as a team, it just seems like Barage have a massive advantage over them. 4-3 is the scoreline here, so it's only 1 point difference. We're going to be getting into that second half as soon as we can, but let's just discuss what we've seen so far, Momo, while we get that reset on. Barage, so confident on the hard point and Search and Destroy. 2 very easy wins, it almost seemed like, for them. But this uplink game is something Barbarena seem to be quite good at.
Yeah, I've got to say, I honestly think on the second side it's just going to go in Barage's favour. I think Barage were almost playing the slow game. The glass area on comeback uplink is so vital. And it was kind of difficult for them to challenge for that. They were doing a lot of flanking around green, a lot of 1 point plays, a lot of passing, but I think on this side, they'll gain control of the enemy base, which will be that kind of top house initial spawn, which blue-yellow area, and they'll just dominate. Whether I'm right in saying that, I'm not too sure. I think in this little small break that we're having right now, I've got to say, you know, Ari and Victor Taylor, they need to kind of come together as a real team. Help, obviously, the guys there from Barbarena out. Taylor, Curry, I mean, Taylor's meant to be the X factor of this. I mean, 14-10, he was currently on that side, but his teammates just need to step it up a little bit.
I mean, one thing that I would say about uplink, of course, all of these game modes and game types, the team-based games, you're not going to win these by lone wolf, but there is that opportunity to make the single big plays. If you can pick up an uplink drone, choose a sneaky route, get past, maybe get a 1 point or a 2 point capture, that's all your team needs. I mean, we saw one of the players, I don't recall who it was, but he was on 0 to 8 with 1 capture. So he hadn't picked up a single kill and he was still putting points on the board for his team, for Barbarena.
So objective based, which is great to see, but it needs to be, you need to be an all-round player, you need to be able to do absolutely everything. But comeback uplink is one of those games you can switch sides, it can go either way. And sometimes these little breaks that they're having, they can have a bit of a talk between. As you can see there, Taylor.
Talking tactics.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to, you know, just kind of slow things down. And for those guys, they need to win 3 maps back to back right now. Yeah,
and it's going to be very difficult because, you know, we're not going to discuss grand final predictions. I want to see who gets there first, and I'm going to have a good think about it. But I think Barage are looking great to actually take the Swedish championship. That, you know, Orbit are going to be very, very difficult to go up against. I can't see Barbarena bringing this back. Even if they do manage to win this uplink, there's still a capture the flag and a Search and Destroy to go, which, let's not forget, they did lose 6-1 earlier.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hard one. It is a hard one to call. I mean, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare with the different kind of play styles. Uplink obviously is the game type that's been brought into it. Yes, we've been playing it for a very long time, but some of these guys here are very new to the LAN experience. Some of the guys have, you know, not competed before at LAN. Now, they've come through all the open bracket, the qualifications, the pool play, and now to be playing up against obviously such a strong squad like Barage, and they're well quicker coming over from the UK, helping those guys out. What a tough job this is to, you know, defeat these.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult indeed, and we're going to get this game underway as soon as possible. We can see actually Quicker there representing Infuse somewhat, still wearing his home team's hoodie from Europe, and he's been a player for Infuse for quite a few events now, and a great player to have. He puts a lot of hard work and dedication into Call of Duty to strive to be the best. He wants these opportunities to prove himself time and time again, and it's for reasons like that why he finds himself competing in this tournament. I mean, don't get me wrong, Barage earned their spot here. They had to play all the way through open open play online to qualify for the pool play bracket, which they managed to qualify from. But so did Barbarena. They faced the exact same route. They weren't invited here. They didn't get a default position.
Yep.
And it's for reasons like that that I feel like the drive to win and succeed is even more.
Absolutely, and you've got the likes of Orbit, which, yes, they've been invited here. I'm sure if they played for the qualification, yes, they would have got here themselves. But what a great success story it would be for a team not even invited to battle their way through every single process to be the champions. Could it be here, Barage? Could it be that team to take over? Let's jump on board.
All right, well, yes, we will get this game started as soon as possible now. So remember, for you guys back home, let's just give you a recap of what's happened so far in this best of 5. Hardpoint Detroit, 250 to 127 to Barage. The Search and Destroy 6-1 to Barage. The first half of this uplink game was 4-3 to Barage, so it doesn't show that on the scoreboard, but just bear that in mind because that is still carrying on. This is the second half that they're going to be playing out now. And look at this very strong opening from Barage. Who's that with the melees? It's Arit who's shutting down Quicker and Solid.
Yeah, Arit, not only the 2 melees there, he's taking the drone in hand and he's going to go for the throw. It looks like he's going to throw it, but I don't think that was enough. His teammates are going to have to back him up, and Arit is so objective-based, he's not even thinking about kills. And oh wow, Quicker, just a double kill, is going to get taken down here. This is so hectic right now.
Oh, that was clutch play to prevent that capture from going down. There's only 1 point between these two teams. It is towards Barage, so this is just, it's almost like a fresh game that's starting up here. Still all to play for as we get on board with Burnsy, who is that uplink drone carrier, is going to go for the 1 point carry capture. And
does make the 1 point. He does that, extending the lead now to a 2-point game. So bear that in mind, guys. You've got here Victor, Arit, Taylor, and Corey trying to survive here in the Swedish Championship. Solid on your screen. Gonna go for the 1 point play. He doesn't actually throw that. I don't know whether that was on purpose, but he could have thrown him right off guard. Just dodge 2. He's gonna get that 2-pointer, and now he's 4 points ahead now. Rel, this is one way that I can see Barage just going through and storming it.
That was really, really risky from Solid there. Personally, I would have gone for the 1 point throw, but he managed to slip past them and secure 2 points for his team. It's a great play. A lot of work now for Barbarena to do as we see 2 further points go towards Barage. They're going to shut this out so quickly, Momo.
Yeah, I mean, the EMPs you can see there, but you can just see kill after kill, and you can, again, not to point things out, but Barbarena are again this horrible green spawn, and Kappa is capitalizing on that. ASM1 in hand, Arit doing great work there, Solid answering back, but they have, it is 7 points ahead right now, Rel. That is a tough job to come back for.
Yeah, 6 of which have just been caught within 2 minutes on this round, so this round could be closed off before we even before we even hit the 5 minutes if Barage can keep up this performance. Solid is that uplink drone carrier. He's gonna go for the throw, unable to release it though.
Yeah, unable to release it. The drone at the moment is in a bit of limbo. No one wants to go for that. Burnsy is the slayer for the team on Barage. 7-5 at the moment, but Quicker, we finished him. See, we saw him finish with 17 kills on the first side. He's already got 11 kills to his name here, doing absolute work. 13 now, another double kill, and going for the 1 point play. One thing I would like to see here is these 1 point plays more being converted into points.
Yeah, there's been some shaky throwing, I've got to say, and it can really cost you games if you're not on point with them. Let's see if Quicker can do anything about that. In this single side of uplink, he's on 14-7 right now. Some great aggressive play from him, and once again, it's Arit who's managed to actually pick up that uplink drone and push out. They've got no points on the board.
They should make the 2 point play here.
And it's going to be an important 2 points. They can't afford to just go for a 1 pointer.
Yeah, and he's going to go for the 1 pointer. He's going to get a point on the board. 2 minutes left. I mean, in total, it is about, technically it's like 7-1. So 6 points are in this right now in favor of Barage. Kappa picking up the drone there. He's just trying to extend his lead, but Victor slaying it. Is he going to make the play? I mean, I just keep seeing EMPs going everywhere, really. It's really confusing the guys.
Oh, EMPs are so important, though, for uplink, Momo. I mean, it just denies the opportunity to use exo abilities, which are so important when going for those carry captures. Quicker just completely shutting down the opposing team here. Barbarena really struggling.
Yeah, I mean, Quicker's going off right now. Solid taking down Burnsy, not plan of action. However, Quicker does get taken down with only 1 minute 20 left on the clock. That's another unconverted 1 point play. But Solid double kill isn't going to make the play. But only a minute left to go. This is going to be a tough ask for Barbarena.
Yeah, and I've got to say, Barage have really slowed down. I mean, they were on 6-0 earlier for this half. It's ended 7-1, and there's not really been many captures going into the latter stages. And as we enter the final minute now, Barbarena have no other choice than to go for these 2 point plays.
Yeah, I mean, yes, they could potentially get a few 1-pointers, but it's not going to be enough. If they do not make 7 points in the next 1 minute, they are out of the tournament with a 3-0 sweep. Barage looking very, very strong. Quicker is on 21-9 right now. What a performance from him.
Oh yeah, and you know, this is just one side as well of Uplink that he's done that, and there's still time left to go. We see another point there going towards Barage, 8-1 on this side. Certainly a stronger half by them, and as you predicted, you said they're going to come out hot on this second side.
Yeah, absolutely, but it's got to be a 3-0 clean sweep here. Quicker, you know, he had 17 kills, I think, on the first side. You know, nearly dropping a 40 bomb here with 25 seconds left to go. I'm sure he can do that. Kappa locking it down on the top loop, but he doesn't even have a chance. He ends that with 10 points. What a great showing from Barage. They will progress into the grand final against Orbit. Well, I mean, what a performance from Barbarena. Yes, it was a 3-0 sweep. They had the chances, they didn't capitalize, and 1-point plays did get away from them. Rel, what do you think about that?
Well, it was just the fact the first half of that uplink was 4-3 towards Barage, and it ends up 14-4. And we saw the exact same thing when we were watching Orbit play earlier. The second side, it just seems to be like this new team's arrived out of nowhere. Great sportsmanship, as you can see by both teams, congratulating them on the performance. It does mean that Barbarena will bow out in a 3rd/4th position alongside Granadas, and it sets us up for a very intense grand final between Orbit and Barage. And you know, there's a bit of a grudge match, as we said before. Players who used to team together are now going head-to-head to fight for their title as Swedish champions.
Yeah, I mean, Quicker obviously coming over, great asset, but solid. Burnsy, Kappa, really doing enough work to kind of progress through. I mean, such an important game going into the grand final. I don't know what's going to go.
Oh, I'm just looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm so excited. Sure. So, you know, we'll discuss that a little bit later on. We've thoroughly enjoyed the game. Bryce, what did you think of that?